Admiral Thek-Ra stood on the bridge of his flagship Dominion's Wrath, watching another world burn. The orbital bombardment had taken only 3 hours. Another species reduced to ash, another system claimed for the Vorthak Hegemony. 17 worlds conquered this cycle, Admiral. His tactical officer reported with satisfaction. The outer rim offers no resistance. Thek-Ra's mandibles clicked with pride. For 3 centuries, the Vorthak military machine had swept across the galaxy unopposed. Their technology was superior, their fleets vast, their strategy flawless. Every species they encountered either submitted immediately or was eliminated within days. Set course for the next system, he commanded. The Kepler colonies should provide adequate entertainment. The hegemony's war doctrine was simple and effective. Overwhelming force, total domination, no survivors who might organize resistance. They had perfected the art of galactic conquest, turning subjugation into a precise science. Admiral, his sensor operator called out, "We're detecting inhabited worlds in the target system, but also something unusual. Define unusual. There's a single vessel positioned at the system's edge. It's blocking our approach vector." Thek-Ra's 4 eyes narrowed. In 300 years of conquest, no single ship had ever dared to challenge his armada. His fleet consisted of 200 dreadnoughts, each capable of cracking planets. What kind of madness was this? On screen, the image that appeared made several bridge officers hiss in disbelief. A lone warship hung in space directly in their path. Sleek, angular, bearing markings in an unknown script. It was impressive in its design, but laughably outmatched. One ship. Thek-Ra's laughter echoed across the bridge. One ship against the might of the Vorthak Hegemony? Admiral, we're receiving a transmission from the vessel. Put it through. This should be amusing. A voice filled the bridge, calm, measured, speaking in perfect Vorthak. Vorthak fleet, you will halt your advance and withdraw from the system immediately. The bridge erupted in incredulous clicking and chittering. Thek-Ra raised a clawed hand for silence. Unknown vessel, I am Admiral Thek-Ra of the Vorthak Hegemony. We have conquered 300 star systems. Your world will burn like all the others. Surrender now and your death will be swift. A pause. Then, I'm Captain Elena Rodriguez of the UES Retribution, and you've just made your first mistake in 300 years. What mistake is that, human? You assumed we were alone. Thek-Ra's sensor operator suddenly screamed in alarm. Admiral! Mass hyperspace signatures. Dozens of them. Hundreds. Space around the Vorthak fleet erupted as reality tore open in countless points. From each rift emerged sleek human warships, their dark hulls seeming to drink in starlight. Within moments, the Vorthak armada found itself completely surrounded. Impossible! Thek-Ra breathed. Our intelligence networks would have detected such a fleet. Your intelligence networks? Captain Rodriguez's voice came again. Have been watching the wrong part of the galaxy. While you were busy bullying primitives, we've been preparing. The lead human vessel, the Retribution, powered up weapon systems that registered energy signatures unlike anything in Vorthak databases. Admiral, his weapons officer reported, voice trembling. Their technology, it's beyond our comprehension. These aren't conventional weapons. Fire everything, Thek-Ra roared. Destroy them all. The Vorthak fleet unleashed its full fury. Planet-killing plasma cannons, quantum torpedoes, antimatter bombs. The space between the fleets lit up like a newborn star. When the light faded, every human ship remained untouched. Your turn, Captain Rodriguez said simply. What followed could barely be called a battle. The human ships moved like living things, their weapons cutting through Vorthak armor like paper through flame. Dreadnoughts that had conquered worlds were reduced to scrap in seconds. The mighty Dominion's Wrath found itself crippled, its crew helpless as boarding pods attached to its hull. Thek-Ra watched in horror as armored figures marched onto his bridge. Bipedal creatures with faces hidden behind reflective visors. One removed its helmet, revealing features he'd never seen before. Admiral Thek-Ra, the human said calmly, My name is Colonel Marcus Chan. You are now a prisoner of the Terran Federation. Terran Federation? We have no records of your species. That's because we've been very careful about who knows we exist. But you made yourselves impossible to ignore. Through the viewports, Thek-Ra watched his once mighty fleet burning. 3 centuries of conquest ended in minutes. What happens now? He whispered. Colonel Chen's smile was cold as space itself. Now you get to experience what it's like to be on the receiving end of conquest. Every world you've destroyed, every species you've enslaved. They're about to get some very interesting new allies. As the human fleet turned toward Vorthak space, Admiral Thek-Ra realized with growing terror that his species' reign of easy conquest had just come to a very abrupt end. The galaxy's greatest predators had finally met their match.